I will attempt to perceive. One moment.
Perceive it all.
See if
And that
it'll
20
let
right
me
there, boom. Wrong thing. What's wrong with your character sheet?
run. I don't know. It for some just on your game. It doesn't let me roll for my character sheet. It's stupid.
It's so weird. No, that's not a nat 20.
11.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Already
So
go.
my passive is 15.
You're fine. Yeah, there's nothing on the floor.
I don't
From what we could
trust
tell,
you.
your allies have already walked through.
I wasn't just looking at the floor.
Your passive perception's only 15, Lunara.
It's a good passive perception.
Mine's 16.
Well, good for you. I
What
didn't
is a
exactly
16?
focus
You're a
on my
barbarian, though, I
wisdom
think.
there.
I know. I don't know how it's a fucking 16.
Whatever.
Ronny's is only 14.
Okay. So yeah, where do you guys go? There seems to be a path here. It says there's a sign right here that
Wait, what's this?
shows a split. There's nothing. That shows a split, and to the north it says Igor. To the south it says pool. So where do you go?
Leto, you're the expert in this. Do we go towards Igor or are we going towards a pool?
Well, the individual up there said we must feed this Igor.
Yeah, I don't trust
Could it be too tough? What does a beast like to eat?
I don't
Throw up some rations.
Everything?
Arthur kind of like looks at him. Arthur kind of like looks at Leto and is like, "No beast is stronger than us,
We just
and
walked
even
away
if they
from
could beat me,
a beast, for sure."
I mean, avoiding a problem is the best way to deal with a problem, no?
Yes.
that is Arthur kind of like looks at Ryan's like, that's about as effective as kicking the can in the road."
Yeah. But
mean,
now we must face
temporarily.
Igor. So let's see what's going on there.
Ronny
Who's
will
first?
kind of call back up. Lunara, Bjorn, keep up so we're not all divided. I'd like to have our barbarian with us in case something tries to jump out and eat us again.
I'm keeping up.
So what I'm hearing is follow the leader, leader, follow the leader. So yeah, man.
I'm pretty sure Lunara and Arthur are in front, and Bjorn is right behind fucking Lunara.
Gotcha.
Is that what you want?
just looking
Bjorn in
at the
front
map.
of Lunara going towards Igor. No problema. He does that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like
Bjorn
Bjorn's gonna
looks
kinda
at
like push his way
Igor.
to the front.
Bjorn, what you see is a hole that seems to be dug in, and you smell it first. This breath, this stinking breath. But yeah, there seems to be like some creature living in this space. You can sort of catch a glimpse of it. There's not much light, and any light that tries to go in there is kind of beat back by darkness, almost like as if it prefers the shade. Yeah, it's just like breathing, and you can tell it's like open mouth, ready to receive feed.
Bjorn's gonna take one of his rations and throw it in the hole and see what it does.
Okay, it tumbles
I
in
don't
there.
think it's wise.
Nothing happens so far. You can sort of tell the size that this gaping hole is. This creature must be massive. It require probably a lot more feed. Where are you guys? You guys just let Bjorn be by himself all the way at the edge there in the darkness.
Wait. Where is he?
He's to the north, right here.
Oh,
Come on. It's warm.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
What is... Arthur's like, we aren't... Wait, Bjorn, do you want to fight? I thought you wanted to fight.
Ronny, hurry up. I can't. I gotta squeeze through this shit. Ugh, God. Down. This place is thin.
My bad, Leto.
No.
Bjorn looks at Arthur and going, I always want to fight.
Well, come on then.
All of you see that. It's very...
Oh my...
Boy.
It's shadowed.
Oh my god.
Its breath is what you smell. You're not really in that position. I just put it there. Put you there so that you can see it. I believe if I put you back, you can still see it. So that's cool.
Yes.
That is what exists in
It's
there.
gross.
This is Igor. He must be fed in order to take the trial, to pass the trial. You don't know what that means, really? Is there something that you guys wish to do?
Arthur's like, are you sure you want to try feeding this thing?
Yeah, what I'm getting here is that everything in this place wants to eat something. Everything's
Arthur's like,
demanding some sacrifice.
that's sort of the point.
Leto, this place feels like one gigantic trap. What's to stop us from assembling the spear, getting our flying animals back, and just chucking it at this dragon turtle's head and ending it all?
I don't believe the turtle itself is fiero. And if we are to assemble the pieces early, I'm afraid that those creatures that we heard out there would come in numbers unbeknownst to ours.
So what's the game plan here? You know more about these pieces than we do. You know more about this creature, this whole thing, more than we do. You know about Fiero. Like, what are we supposed to do here? Because I'm getting a whole lot of unknowns.
He's shaking his head and says, I know almost as much as you do. I have only made it so with my resources to ensure that the pieces arrived here, that the appropriate people arrived here. And he's looking at, again, your waists, which have the symbol of Ayala, these wands floating by, 3 each. And he says, I assumed you would have the correct path, some way to point you. Lunara, was there a way that could correct us in the correct path? You kept informing us of the better way.
I don't. Maybe. Well, the doll. I look at it.
Yes. The doll. With the dress that is now probably a centimeter off the waist, headed all the way up to rise to burn the entire white thing. It's almost completely halfway black and charred with the white as contrast. A symbol of time, to be honest. It's really meant to signify Ayala's essence that isn't around. When the black engulfs the dress, it will essentially mean someone will be Ayala. Someone will be born as Ayala, and they would have to try all this mess again.
Yeah, time's basically up.
Oh, you have more. You have much time. Don't worry. Not even halfway there.
I think at this point, Bjorn's gonna kind of yell Igor's name.
It barks. It's very loud and reverberates this entire room.
So,
Igor doesn't
feed
do-
Igor.
Feed Igor. What do you feed Igor, guys? What do you guys want to feed him?
Ronnie doesn't have anything to feed him other than rations like everybody else. It's not like Ronnie's walking around with a cow.
My bag of tricks.
What are you gonna do with a bag of tricks?
Bjorn's gonna try.
What are you gonna do with a bag of tricks? Question mark.
Summons beasts.
Okay.
Maybe?
It's magical, so it'll like once it dies, it pops away. It's not much feed
Well,
in that.
you know.
Can Bjorn
Hey,
cut
at
his
least
hand?
I'm trying to come up with a solution.
Bjorn, you're gonna cut your hand to what? Why would you cut your hand? I don't think you'd make yourself lame.
Because
Let's not do that right now.
so
Maybe
what he
feed your
wants to
hand.
do is he wants to see if Igor is drawn to the smell of blood.
Oh.
Like a
Okay.
shark.
I mean, yeah, you could take a point of damage. And then Bjorn realizes that, Igor's not gonna move from there. It'd take a lot to prompt him to move from there.
Is there a way around this hole?
You don't believe you have to go through this hole. You believe you have to feed and move on. But there will be a signal when this thing is satisfied.
Ronnie, for shits and giggles, is going to throw one of his rations in there too.
Yeah, like Lethal Urdum has grabbed all his rations.
Get in there.
Repeat that, Ronin.
What if we go get like the Minotaur's body and chuck it in there?
It got taken.
I think. Yeah,
That's a
the
great
Minotaur
idea, but it got taken.
Yeah, the tree got it.
Head and all. This is the hand that was left and like lots of little pieces. Almost like he was holding a hand out for someone else to grab it, but there was no one there for him to grab, and just got lobbed off. Anyways, Lethal Urdum does walk up with all 10 of his rations. He sort of looks at the tongue as he's standing right next to the hot breath, and then he throws it in there, and then he steps back. Okay.
Yeah, Ronnie would have added one ration to Lito's pile.
This thing is... It's not budging, huh? Do you guys have any more to feed it?
Something.
Probably a better meal? Those rations are pretty dry. I don't know.
I mean, we're not exactly walking around with a posse of cows, Lito.
Bjorn's gonna take 4 of those big chunks of the dragon meat that he's got and drop it in the hole.
Okay.
I
Excellent.
forgot about that.
Yes. That dragon meat is special and gives you stuff, right?
No, it was just meat from that dragon that I took.
Oh, it was just the raw
That I
meat.
killed.
It's not the cooked meat. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You
No.
said 4 of them? How much in size was that? Did I give you anything like that? Or did I give you the cuts instead? I think there were 4 big cuts, or I gave you a certain amount of cuts.
You said I have 12 cuts big enough to feed at
12
least
cuts.
2 people.
There you go. So you throw 4. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There is a subtle burp, but the mouth still seems open. Anything else?
I mean, that seemed like it was working, Bjorn. Does anybody else have any gourmet things to offer this thing?
I gave it all my dry packs, says Lead to Uda.
I've got 4 more that I could throw up. If anybody wants to offer me a ration in case we find ourselves starving here.
Bjorn just looks at Ronny and goes, I have dragon meat that I can cook up too, so
All right. Well, Ronnie will throw his last 4 rations into the thing.
Yeah. Nothing happened.
Ronnie is completely out of rations now. Well, that wasn't satisfying.
Bjorn's gonna
Lunara?
take. Fuck, I don't know what to do.
Fresh.
Arthur, Lunara, do you guys have anything?
Fresh did go back all the way invisibly to where the meats, the Minotaur meats are, and he did like bring like a couple chunks, and then so you guys see like invisible chunks of floating meat, just show up and then fall into the hole. Well, the chunks of meat aren't invisible. Crushes. Sorry.
Arthur kind of like looks at the flamey. It's like, just checking. We're all seeing this, right?
Yep. Not at all phased.
I'm just checking to see if I'm not crazy yet.
There's a
No,
bit of a
you're
growl.
not crazy.
Oh shoot.
Bjorn's gonna
shakes.
take 3 more of those chunks, those big, pretty much dragon steaks,
Yeah.
and drop them in.
Boom. A massive burp is expelled, pushing everyone back 10 feet. Unless you are next to a wall, then you hit a wall. It feels noxious, but it's not dangerous. There's a secondary smaller burp, and in the space that was left there, you see what the fuck do you see? Right. You see just a glob of this green ichor. It sort of seems as if something is engulfed by this mucus, and it just rolls to the middle there. As the burp did go through, it does reveal on the wall there was a bit of a tooth that was angled and stood up on the wall. It was just so dirty and caked over by the sand, some limestone, that it was hard to notice. But the burp, all that air, the wind, basically dusted it off. And yeah, you guys see a massive, yeah, it's a fucking large tooth, and then a rusty-looking armor on the ground.
I'm assuming this stuff is probably important.
Probably.
Ronnie will look at the tooth.
Yeah, it's heavy as hell. It is definitely a two-handed weapon.
It's a what?
It's a two-handed weapon. It's the
Bjorn,
greatest
you
great
might have
club.
a new weapon over here.
Bjorn, hearing that, kind of like walks over to Ronny and goes, "What are you talking about?"
This big-ass tooth looks like something you would like.
Bjorn's gonna put his axe over his shoulder, like on his back, and grab the tooth. And then, is there anything special about this tooth, or?
Yeah, it's a great club with 2d8 of damage. That's it. That's what makes it special. I sent information about it. And then the
Okay.
rusty armor.
Okay. He's gonna look at
is-
Ronnie and go, cool.
The rusty armor it seems to just be chainmail that was made up into a ball. It's still seeping that liquid. It's a little weird. It's almost like consistently seeping this liquid. It is rusty as hell.
Does anybody have like prestidigitation? Because I'm not picking that up. That
Sure
was
do.
disgusting.
Bjorn just walks over, grabs it, shakes it out like, there you go.
Hopefully not next to Ronnie.
Yeah.
Oh, he's aiming for Ronnie with the juice too.
Oh no!
It's worse.
I prestidigitationed it.
No, it's worse because like it's a double effort of like Lunara, prestidigitation, and like there's sprays that are being deleted basically from hitting Ronnie, but Bjorn is just shaking it so much, and there seems to be this consistent seeping of liquid off this chainmail. It's just continuous dripping, and it's just.
Ronnie tried to dodge this.
Nope, it hits you eventually. Everyone sprayed a little bit.
Oh.
Everyone feels a little weird. Bjorn the most, since you were the closest to it. And then Lunar prestidigitations herself and everyone else and decides to ignore the item then, because it's useless. No matter how much
Bjorn,
prestidigitation you
I
want to put on this
swear
thing,
on-
it will never work.
Bjorn, I swear, the next disgusting thing that I find, it is going to be aimed directly at you, my friend. It has your name on it. I promise.
Sounds good to me.
The sleeping
I'm
sounds.
sure it does.
The sleeping sounds of a snoring Igor have clued you in that the trial is past.
Okay, so
Okay.
now we have to go to the pit or the pool.
Sure. The pool. Do you guys remember what you are meant to do in the pool?
Something.
Okay. Is that
It
what the
was
guy
to
said?
give it an offering.
Oh, there was an offering, or I think there was some type of trial by combat
Yeah, I think the
we had to do, and feeding Igor.
the offerings last, wasn't it, or second to last? I think the pool was,
Yeah, it was feed
something like we have to
Igor,
do something
offering.
to it.
I thought you only said there was only 3 of them. It was feed Igor, offering, and then trial by combat.
No, I remember a challenge, a sacrifice, and feed Igor. But not in that order.
Yeah, I think we already evaded the sacrifice. And you know, Lunara was saying earlier that our wall-stuck hermit back over there might actually have been the monster. What if he was only wanting the sacrifice just because he would get the nutrition or whatever? What if that's like, I don't know, the vines was like part of it? I don't know. Maybe if we go back there at some point, we just press that and kill him. It might kill the vines that are up ahead back there if we need to go back.
Yeah. And Bjorn goes, well, let's head to the pool.
That creature seemed as if it had nothing going for it. It seemed imprisoned. But it did not seem to lie, at least to my regard, from what I could tell.
I don't know, Lito. I think he was full of crap.
He could have been. Well, we're in front of this pool of
Bjorn
blood.
is-
What are we supposed to do in front of it?
I don't know. Trial by
Does-
combat?
Does Lunara come to the blood?
Yeah, sorry.
One
I was
of us.
checking something.
One of us. One of us.
Bjorn is going to ask Arthur if he can hold his club,
It will not fit
and Bjorn's
in
going to take his.
It will not fit in the bucket if you are asking that. Or you're just asking
No,
him
he
to
just
hold
wants
it
him
for
to
a
hold it
second. Oh, okay.
for a second.
Arthur says, can a dragon fly?
You can't.
Actually,
I
he
said
can.
dragon, not dragonborn.
He will.
And Bjorn's going to take his javelin out and kind of prod the blood pool.
Yeah, you touch the blood, and then it sort of reverberates. And then at the very center, there's this rising, as if it's creating a body, a silhouette sort of rises from it. It never takes a form other than like what Cousin It's form would look like, really. But yeah, it seems like a body could be hidden under there. But it does sort of speak and then says, oh, hey guys, do you have a ticket? Faceless,
Okay.
emotionless, this pool of blood, talking, happy-go-lucky sounds. Yeah, you're here to defeat Fierro, yeah. Yeah, listen, we all want to be free, man. I just want to make sure that everything's on the up and up. You want to pass the trial? All you gotta do is either give me a ticket or pay with your token. Either one, I don't care.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, where do you usually get tickets in a place like this?
Probably blessing or something like that. It really depends. Sometimes it's a physical ticket, not always.
Bjorn is
Lunara,
going to try to grab one of those wands at his waist
Mhm.
and see if trying to offer it to this is what he's talking about as a.
Oh, great! Yeah, stab me. Just right here, anywhere. Really, doesn't matter. Sort of just shove it where you want.
He kind of looks at the group like, should I?
A weird
Ronnie
lob.
laughs and just
What if
goes,
this is all a ploy to give Fierro more power? Has anyone thought about
I
that?
mean,
Has anyone thought of
it
that?
could be, but this whole thing,
Arthur's
I
like,
clearly thought
we
of
are
it.
not but geniuses.
Bjorn, I've never heard you ever hesitate to stab anything in your life. So, by all means, if you want to try this, go for it.
Hey, you said I believe Vala involves people being warriors.
Bjorn just kind of looks at Lunara like, what do you think?
Don't know, because I am just suspicious of this whole thing.
I am
insight
too,
check.
Lunara, but we got no choice.
I was about to say, can I do an insight check on this fucking thing?
You cannot. You've never seen anything like this and never heard anything like this. You would not know what to look for.
Ronnie probably has to do
You have not either.
this. Yeah, Ronnie hasn't seen anything like this before. This is weird crap.
Lunara may make an insight check though.
Oh, I will. I will insight this thing.
Nice.
25.
Do you want to add anything to that? Like a D10?
Oh, you know.
How many of those do you get?
I only get one per short or long rest.
I count the hour of eating a short rest, yeah. You were eating a hero's feast. Thus, you took a short rest. You want to use it now? Maximize that number. And 25 is already going to net you a lot, but 32.
Yeah.
So with the 32, while this thing is almost imageless, there's no form to it. The voice sounds familiar. It sounds actually pretty close to Ange. To a degree. Uncanny. How much so it is.
Why does it sound like Ange?
Either way, this individual does not seem to be lying or trying to get away with something in any regard. They seem to be 100% prepared and ready to do what their deity requires. And if that is to slay them, then that is to slay them. Most all these creatures stuck in this realm.
All right.
Anyone who's found their way into this creature, whether it was converted to just be a spawn to protect it, or kept its individuality to a degree, and was chosen for a better task than simply protect. Everyone on this island has one goal. Your goal. That does mean, unfortunately, that all those other ships that did pop in and got destroyed, that some added more people to the list. But yeah. Go ahead, Ronny.
Ronnie will kind of walk up to the pool. All right, I think it's safe to say that we should probably get our tickets, and Ronnie will grab one of the wands at his waist, and he'll just stick it in the pool.
Yeah. Just sticks in there, hangs around. Sort of doesn't go all the way in. But yeah, you stab it in there. Bjorn, do you as well, as you're the one lingering?
Bjorn's still kind of looking at Lunara for the first time, actually considering his want to destroy and kill things.
What does Lunara do?
He's fighting against that very.
I mean, maybe don't stab it.
No, yeah, it's okay. You can't hurt me.
Hearing the voice of Anne kind of, settled me a little bit.
You can't hurt me. Come on.
Ronnie watches the wand that he stuck in there.
Slowly.
Waiting for it to get
Yeah, slowly seeping in. So slowly, barely nudges. It's like molasses.
Yeah, like sticking it in a Jell-O mold.
Mm-hmm.
Ick.
Ew.
I mean,
I guess that's what we gotta do.
Yeah. Anyone with tickets could go on ahead.
Yeah, Ronnie starts going.
Yeah, to the south right here.
Uh,
This doesn't exist. Ignore
okay,
this.
sweet.
I mean, it does, but you could just tell that it leads to outside.
All right.
Anyone else?
I will do the thing.
Yeah, you stab it. Cool.
Sure.
Arthur kind of goes near the pool blood, dips one of his fingers in,
Okay.
and then sniffs the blood that's now on his finger.
Yeah, so it sort of does like a little suction cup noise. And when you look at your finger, there is no blood on your finger. It did not stick.
That's odd.
Ronnie calls back. I'm gonna scout ahead a little bit. I'll yell if I get into trouble.
And her lights to go follow Ronnie.
You can only go. You can only put him where you can see him. Unfortunately,
You can
So
see
you-
120 feet.
but it's
Can-
around the curve. Though.
I can put him out 120 feet.
Ronnie still has a torch.
You have to follow. You have to have
You
line
can
of
see
sight
Lunara,
effectively.
it's alright. Keep your lights. It kind of goes another 10 feet.
No,
Yeah.
it just says you create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range.
Yeah, but you can't
What's the
move him where you
range?
can't see.
120 feet.
Ah, gotcha.
Unless like Ronnie just grabbed it and moved it himself. Can they be moved? Can they be handled?
I've never heard of dancing lights being able to be grabbed by another person.
I don't
I think
see
it's
why
just up to the
it
caster to
wouldn't
move them.
be able to be grabbed. Like I figured an ally. I was like, yeah, I don't mind you grabbing my light.
It can take a humanoid form.
Yeah,
mean-
it could look like a
Fun.
person size, just like a shape, waving and shit.
I mean, if I'll
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't specifically say I have to see where they're going.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
Says
you can't physically.
120 feet range and any point within range.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you can't direct it where to go where you can't see.
Gotcha. Is one of the dancing lights, is it brighter than a torch?
It's the same.
Um,
It is a torch.
It's the same.
It is a torch. Yes.
Yeah, it's
in that case,
light for a 10-foot radius.
yeah, it's basically a torch then. Lunara, I'm okay. Ronnie kind of gestures with his torch. I've got my rapier. I've got my torch. I'm all right. If something happens, I mean, this is a cave. It should echo, right? I also got the sending scrolls, so if I run into trouble, I'll message or yell.
Yeah. So is anyone
Get your
else?
guys' wands in there.
Litordum
Okay.
says, I don't have that, but me and my compatriot here do have these things here, and they just show them the pieces of trident, and then the blood individual says, oh yeah, that's a ticket, that works, just go on ahead. Okay, do I stick it in or no,
I don't
no,
think
you go.
we should give up. I don't think we should give that up.
No, that's what it said.
Well-
Litordum said, do I stick it in you? And they said, no, you take it. It counts as a ticket. You're good. And they're moving on.
Ronnie
Ronnie,
calls
you
back.
come back.
That's what she said.
Oh gosh, you're not there. You can't say that. You
Yeah.
moved on. You moved on. You're the only one who can't say it. In heart,
No.
we felt it in heart. Go on, Ronnie. Go like 40 feet forward, please. Don't be scared,
Yes.
guys. Go on.
Alright. There's, like-
Sweet. 10.
Well-
or wait.
See, every time
far
you
so
say that, it
good.
makes me scared.
No,
So
far
this is
so
not your
good.
campaign. Your
20
campaign
there.
is Barovia. This is a beautiful a place that I want to share with my friends. Barovia is a danger.
Beautiful
God.
place I want to share with
yeah,
my friends.
Oh my gosh.
Right,
Wow.
yeah, that's
It
20.
has its beautiful bits.
No.
Bjorn will definitely
Judge
put the
me.
wand into the blood.
Yes, you did. And then you got the approval to move on. Everyone makes it to the next room, and there is an individual who is praying in front of this hole. Two of them sort of just goes next to them and shit. And then they ask, are we supposed to sacrifice someone here? The individual says, a sacrifice is to be made, but that is up to the one who chooses to sacrifice what they will. Whatever is lost will never be able to be gained again. No matter the magic, no matter the wish.
It's like the freaking soul stone.
Souls? Oh, yeah, fuck it. You have to give up the one you love. I'm changing it now. No sacrifice now. Give up the one you love. Come on, Crush.
I
Get
can
in
give
there
that.
now.
Lunara.
Get in there, Crush.
Oh, what's my baby?
So,
See the dad or the
so
bat?
who are gonna dump it to?
Should I repeat what they
You
said?
know that could have true or
A sacrifice is to be
Bjorn's
made.
gonna walk,
Whatever is
but they didn't
sacrificed
specify what kind of-
cannot be returned.
Arthur asks, could an object count?
It must hold much in your heart for it to count as a sacrifice. So yeah, most
Arthur
likely
brings
I'll
up the
deny.
giant-
I'll probably deny every single one of your magical items.
Dang it.
Bjorn
I mean,
is
it'd have to be
going
like a
pull,
very special magical item, like top tier, something like that you would be hating to let go. The individual.
Bjorn's gonna pull
Mhm.
that hand axe
Basically all my magical items.
he keeps with him that has his son's name in runes on it, because it's always a reminder of what he's trying to get to. And he's gonna look at the guy and go, would this count?
As long
It's a
as
promise
you
I
are,
made to somebody.
do you wish to let go of the promise or the item?
Ooh.
Each one has your own weight.
Bjorn just kind of sits there for a second and thinks, because that's a tough decision.
Anyone else?
Arthur kind of like looks at Ronnie and is like, So we must sacrifice something that is worth to us.
Need to
Ronnie
order them.
kind of speaks up.
He says while eyeing the roadman.
Go ahead, Ronnie. What do you say?
Ronnie kind of speaks up. Do each of us have to sacrifice something, or does only one of our group have to do it?
I do not look for number. I look for power. If you are to face the challenge up ahead, one must sacrifice something. Something dear. Something they will miss.
Bjorn hits his knees and holds the axe to like his head and just says, I'm sorry, in Norse, and looks at the man and goes, I'll give up my promise if it means the rest of my crew.
Liturdum says,
Arthur asks,
there
wait, what's the promise?
has to be a better way, guy. Okay. They look to the individual
Arthur
who,
looks at Bjorn,
again, sort in a seldom, in a pious look, they sort of barely look up to Lito Urdum, who's asking this very specific question, almost nudging them in that regard. How about years of my life? Can you take that? They ponder for a moment. I would accept 10% of your lifetime. Lito Urdum sort of looks away, like he doesn't want to do that.
What if we all give a little bit of that, so that nobody really loses out on much? we offer all equally.
You are
If
all
we do, one of us goes.
you are all unequal, though. If each are to siphon some time into me, then it would be different for each of you. Should I be more specific?
Bjorn stands up
I
and
have
kind
years to spare, I guess.
with a
Yeah,
solemn
she's
look on
talking
his
about
face.
you. You're gonna have to give more than just whatever these guys are.
Oh.
That's the problem.
Yeah, basically what it's saying is it's not equal exchange if it's only like 2 years off of each person.
Yeah, so if
So
she would,
2 years for a human would be a lot bigger of a deal than an elf.
I'd want more from the elf. Please. Gimme.
Bjorn kind of looks at the group and says, "You are not giving up years of your lives." And he turns and faces the man and says, "You can have my promise.
Litordum
Mm,
says,
As long as it
no.
means
I mean,
Duh.
I'd be willing to give years for you guys.
Time,
it.
time is nothing, especially for however long we've been spending trying to take down Fiero. To be honest with you, I am willing to sacrifice some of my time, if everyone is as well. There is this nervousness to Litordum. It's very unbecoming of him.
Bjorn's not willing to let anybody give up years of their life." And
Arthur,
so Bjorn grabs the man's hand and says, "Take the promise.
The individual
As
looks
long as
around.
my group gets by."
The individual looks around to everyone else but Bjorn before grabbing the axe. Does anyone do anything? Say anything?
I'm gonna stop him.
What do you offer instead then?
Elves got long lifespans. I will give 100 years off of my life if you let my party pass.
how old though?
They give you a coy smile, and they turn their head. I can't take yours. I'm not allowed.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, what do you guys want
Well,
to sacrifice?
To be honest with you all,
Bjorn
I mean-
hands him the axe with his son's name on it.
He's grabbing an axe. Does anyone stop him? Does anyone give him a better offer than a promise?
Bjorn
Arthur
instantly,
grabs Bjorn's arm and tells him, "What is your promise? Tell me
instantly
it, how I can
puts his
maintain
hand up.
it."
like, it's done.
He hasn't grabbed it yet. It's not done.
No, you're gonna.
Ronnie will gesture with his rapier. This thing has served me really well since I've come about it. It's not as sentimental as Bjorn's, but it's a good weapon. It's saved me, it saved my friends, and I would hate to part with it. This work?
Do you hold it handle out?
Yeah, it'd be handle out and blade towards Ronnie. Blade
grab.
towards the ground, handle out.
Yeah, they grab the weapon. They inspect it. They're taking a bit of time. In fact, it's a little annoying how much time they're taking being enamored by this thing. They say, "The final stage. This is it."
No.
Yes. Yes. If you're meaning to sacrifice this, I will gladly take this. This would be more than a sacrifice.
Don't
Do
it,
not
Ronnie.
get rid of your rapier.
Do not do it.
Bjorn, your son, that whoever you promised, if this is your kid, it's important. This rapier,
All
it
right.
came to me by coincidence. It's not
All right, Kevin, I'm gonna do it.
It doesn't matter actually, because
somebody.
as all this is happening, the individual just holds the handle out in front of the hole and lets it go as Ronnie's speaking.
Mage hand?
Take it.
It's more than 10 pounds. You can make a
How
dex
is a
check.
rapier more than 10 pounds?
It is a pretty encrusted and gold colored, thus gold made, and gold is heavy. It is
Can Bjorn grab the sword from the man before he drops it?
anyone can make a dexterity check to keep it from falling.
Oh, Bjorn wants
Bjorn.
to, before the guy goes to the hole, Bjorn's going to grab the sword.
Yeah, make a
Throw
dexterity
it.
check.
At Ron. A check or saving throw?
Dexterity check. You are not being attacked. Yeah, it falls. Goes all the way in.
Bjorn, you can thank me later, all right?
It actually doesn't drop. The individual sort of disappears in this space. Cool, great, thanks. I'll
That's
enjoy that. Yum yum yum.
Should we pull a pin on here for night?
Yeah, I think this is a
I'm
good
gonna
spot.
go ahead and delete.
No,
I'm gonna
Nope.
delete my rapier.
no, don't do that. You can hold on to it for
Don't do
sentimental
it.
value. Who knows? You might get a better
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nature of
Ronnie.
loot. Sacrifice some, you win some.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Ronnie looked at Bjorn and didn't want him to lose something that was a promise, and he'll walk over to Bjorn and kind of put a hand on his shoulder. Bjorn, listen to me. My father, he didn't give a two shits about me. You gave a care about your kid. That's important. That's not something that should be let go of. So, do me a favor. Don't ever act like you're gonna do that again.
Bjorn kind of looks at Ronnie and, still holding his hand axe, he takes it and shoves it into Ronnie's chest, like sideways, with handle up against the, like, his pecs, and just walks away.
Bjorn. And Ronnie will just kind of like trail off. He'll still hold on to the hand axe. Lunara, I did the right thing, right? I did that for him.
Arthur's like, says, well, I view it as Bjorn keeps his axe and you lose it, and you have the potential to get a new rapier.
Yeah, you guys are near the city of Imali. You can always buy like a +7 rapier. So
You never know.
+7.
yeah,
But
it's like $3 million,
Lunara,
but yeah, you could buy one. Did I say dollars? I meant gold. Before all of you decide to leave, I need you to go down this tunnel.
Okay.
All the way. All the way down. Downtown. And then I drag Bjorn. So hello, yes, this is your the creature you will challenge. You may challenge him with whatever you want. This doorway, this path towards whatever whatever it continues to seems to be blocked by some magical essence. Every single sort of game board or game or activity seems to just exist in like this bookshelf behind this creature that seems to use the mouths of its many heads to move things around. It is currently playing Connect 4 with one of its own heads, and the smaller head did just win. And then they turn to you and say, "Ah, a challenge. I can't wait to see what you have for me." And in that regard, I will give you guys a choice to offer this guy a challenge with whatever means, however way, whoever wants to do it, or however many. If you guys want to challenge him in a basketball game, okay, cool. If you guys want to play him in chess, that's a possibility. I don't know why Lunara would want to do that again, but you know. Either way, this is where we'll pick up next game, if you guys would be so kind.
Sweet. This was a good game, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of wandered around the cavern for a little bit, but it got good towards the end there.
Yep.
I saw you guys standing for like
Yeah, that
an
was really
hour
good.
in one spot. There was no wandering. It was standing. You guys are fucking standing.
I mean, we were cautious about it though. Like people were like getting blown up and turned into like mush by vine creatures and stuff.
Only one
nobody wanted
guy.
to end up that way.
Only one guy.
One is enough,
Yeah.
and it almost ended up Bjorn.
Bjorn would have been able
Okay,
to escape that though.
Between you and me, DM,
Mhm.
I probably would have doubled into the same trap probably more than twice.
No, you guys would have been able to escape the thing. This guy's stat block is, well, let's not get into that right now. It's embarrassing.
Either way, it's getting late.
Yes.
Oh, either way, it's getting late.
Have a good night,
So,
everyone.
see ya.
Yeah, later, guys.